Hi there. Today I'm going to review for you the Google Glass Explorer Edition hardware. I've had the hardware for about a week. I've had a very good experience using this. I'm going to show you guys a quick portion of the unboxing and a little bit of an impression as far as what I think of the hardware. Let's check it out. Hardware specs. We're looking at a 1.2 Texas Instrument OMAP 4430 processor, a 640 by 360 display, roughly based on the fact of the size of the display, a version of Android 4.04 running, which essentially means this is Ice Cream Sandwich running, a gig of RAM, 16 gigs of ROM with only 12 gigs available for the user. We have Wi-Fi, B&G, Bluetooth for connectivity, a 5 megapixel camera, and overall a very good, nice experience of using this device. Okay, so the main thing you get in the box essentially is pretty much this is what it comes in. It's a pretty clear box. Comes in, has DXE on it, the information, there's not much in the back, and then a little bit more serial and tells you a little bit more about which unit you got with a little barcode to be able to open it up. We get a quick instruction here, pretty much explained to us where the power button is, where we'll be able to basically kind of slightly above your eyesight, and you'll be able to adjust the screen to be able to get it running, and it just says, And then straight from the box itself, we have the new edition of the mono headset that comes in. It's pretty much a self-clipped ear, and it gives you the option to be able to set it up as small, large, or medium. And this loop kind of fits into your ear. It kind of makes it hang in there correctly so you don't lose it. And of course, it has the Glass logo on it. We'll get this directly from Google, and if you look at it, essentially there's an insert here for the actual Glass unit, for the eye, the little nose buds there. You have the ability to explain, obviously, you see from here, you have your 5 megapixel camera here. You're capturing here, your capture button for the camera. The touchpad is on this end. The on and off switch is built in right here at the bottom of here with the little LED light. And this is where you have the listening ability, that little bone conducting mechanism with the battery pack sitting in the back here overall. Taking the unit itself out, again, very simple, very easy. This is the actual touchpad. I chose this color specifically because that's preferable the way that I like my colors. Also matches my Note 3 as far as the color scheme. I like to keep things matching the way things work. You have the metal frame on the top. You have the nose buds. There is no glasses built into it directly. You have the option to get those clipped. There's an eye sensor here, or basically the sensor that's able to tell where the eye is open or not. You have the ability to turn it on off here. And again, you have the Glass unit itself, the bone conducting mechanism sitting back there. A little screw, doesn't do anything else. Other than that, it works very well. The prism is sitting right here, and when you actually use it, you get a chance to be able to see a little light there. So there's no way for people to think that you can turn it on and use it without having the light on. Other than that, the last but not least, we have here is the pouch that it comes with it, and the main mechanism is protected. You have it here sitting in the bag, and then here you are. Glass unit is protected. A quick walkthrough in the application interface itself. This is the My App application. When you first turn it on, I'll go back to the home screen. It actually basically has the My Glass, a little black icon here. You click it, it opens it up. It gives you device information once you've set it up. It tells you which version of the software, which is XE211, and it also tells you the serial number and the date it was registered on last activity on it as far as the unit itself. You're also able to reset the unit here if you want to basically associate it with another account. The limitation currently within Google Glass is that it only supports one account at a time. So if you have multiple Gmail accounts, unfortunately, this will only work with one account at a time. Also gives you the device location. That's just based on usage. You're able to add contact information here, and as far as what you have, and as I explained before, you have to have the phone number as an email option on your phone. Otherwise, it will not allow you to send text messages. Other than that, you have CNN, Evernote, Facebook integration, field trips, Gmail, Google Now, Google Plus, Google Hangout, of course, New York Times, Path, Twitter, YouTube, Elle Magazine, Google Play Music if you have the subscription. All the cook's recipes, Compass, Fancy, as well as the golf site by SkyDroid, the IFTT, as well as the Jewish Guide for Glass, Kitch Me, and I think that's finding favorite recipes, Mashable Velocity, Spellista, hands-free, shareable word game. So for you guys see, essentially the hardware itself is very nicely put together. This is the actual hardware itself with the shades installed on it. It looks pretty much almost like regular glasses from this angle and actually from the way it works. So if I take it off, I'm used to wearing glasses on a daily basis. The frame itself is not that much heavier, but it does have a little bit of weight on mine since I'm running a very thin frame. Depending on your glasses, if you have a thicker frame, you probably wouldn't notice a difference in weight. Overall, as far as using it outdoors with the glasses, they work very nice. The shades themselves look pretty well. As far as the interface itself, they work very nice. Unfortunately, the reflective shade or these shades don't work well with monitors or computer monitors based on the fact of the refresh rate. So it creates a lot of visibility issues. So what I normally do, I just take out the actual shades, and then I usually just keep the Google Glass right there. And if you notice that the actual glass itself, it's not within my line of sight. So as far as when I'm looking forward, right, left, everything still looks the same. The display itself is literally sitting right above here. So I'll activate it real quick. And it's this much. It's basically rated, from what I've seen, essentially about a 25-inch display at about 10 feet away from you. That's about the size of what you're looking at. And it's really non-intrusive. You just actually look up to find it. There's basically two ways of activating the hardware. You either tap it on the side to turn it on, or you tilt back down and it turns the glass unit on. And those are the default settings by default. And the reason I say that is because you can technically turn off the tilt back and down, and the only way we'd be able to is to tap it on. There's also two ways of interacting as far as making commands. You can either tap and navigate and then go through, or you can, once you turn on the screen, say OK glass, and then command it to do what you'd like it to do. There is no physical keyboard option as far as being able to interface with it. The main purpose of this is to be non-intrusive. The main benefit, of course, with the Google Glass app, as far as you saw, you're able to mirror your functionality of what you're using, so that if you want to show somebody else what the actual interface or what you're looking at, it's pretty simple to do that, and then you can launch it straight from the notification panel. From what I've seen as far as main reactions of people that have seen it, overall it's an amazement, questioning what it is, what's the hardware. I've had a few people recognize it right off the bat, and actually at my son's Christmas party last week, I had one of the parents recognize it. We're pretty excited. Actually, I think they called me a cyborg, but other than that, it's kind of nice. Actually, it's a piece of hardware that's mounted to your head that gives you additional information. Now, having glass and used glass for about a week now, I've realized that I've had to pull my phone less and less, and I say that with two caveats. Yes, I have a Pebble here that I've used for a while, so most of my notifications come to my Pebble. I do have Tasker integration with it, and I'm able to customize certain things that I'm able to control. But the fact of the matter is, I can't really respond to text messages using the Pebble. I have preset text, and I can go with that. With Glass, I'm able to respond to text messages. I'm able to send pictures. I'm able to start Hangouts. I'm able to work with different functionalities that a notification device such as this doesn't work. And that's really where the functionality happens here. It's not necessarily discrete, because it is basically mounted to the head and it works the way it is. I find that the functionality that it provides us, it basically keeps us looking at the people around us, keeps us looking at the environment around us, and still getting the information that we need. I find the inclusion of the mono headphone that you plug into the USB connector very, very functional. I'm not sure how the experience was with the original hardware of Google Glass, but at least with this version, the conductive bone mechanism that you have in the back, right around where the battery pack is very hard. And I say that because unless it's an environment where it's this quiet, where I'm filming right now, it's hard to hear it. The moment you include any kind of sound, either be it at the car or outside or being in public, that sound just kind of fills in and it's hard to hear. And this just makes it easier to isolate the sound and you'll be able to listen. The microphones that are used on this are pretty good. Some people that I've used this with have said that it sounds like I'm on a speakerphone, but overall the sounding experience is very nice. There's a lot of new development coming on. There's a lot of new things coming on for Google Glass. I'm hoping that the public release of Google Glass, hopefully next year, will be at a reasonable price, be well accepted, and C, definitely supported by the development community, because realistically, without any applications or functionality to do with Google Glass, it's very hard to basically justify even getting something like this. And along goes the same thing for Android devices. If we don't have the development and the support by the development community, all these applications that make us buy our devices and want more cores, more RAM on our devices, will just go to waste, because people won't, companies won't develop better hardware, and they won't make it cheaper and more accessible to more people in the world. Hope you guys like this. Let me know what you guys think. This is something different. I wanted to share with you my impression of the Google Glass Explorer Edition. I didn't decide yet if I'm going to root it or not. The main benefit of this, of course, is that Google themselves provides you the functionality to root this device. They don't want you to basically be limited by having where it is. Now, this hardware was initially intended for developers, so there's a reason why the price tag is slightly high, and that's the reason why most people won't get in. But when I looked at this as an opportunity to learn about Google Glass and to be able to showcase some of the main things that the developers are making for Glass, and hopefully you guys will see something that I just actually found out not that long ago from one of our developers that support us on Android here at XDA that developed a game for Google Glass. I'll hopefully be able to review that for you guys on Thursday. Let me know what you think in the description, in the comments, in the comments below the description. Like and subscribe to this channel, and as usual, please like and subscribe to my channel. I will have the full version of the review and the unboxing and everything on my channel, and what you guys are seeing here on XDA is pretty much just a condensed version of it. Hope you guys like this. I'll see you guys on Thursday.